What is going on, true believers? I hope you're having a great morning. My name is Bleaves. We're here to talk about this crazy crypto world. And just a few moments ago, we've got an interesting development in the Binance versus the SEC case. This one is look, the SEC is in its death throes right now. Gary the Goon is likely out no matter who the president is. So he is lashing out at everybody right now. In the meantime, Bitcoin broke 68,000 one more time. We're starting to see another surge happening again. We're about $25 billion on the day. So there's a lot happening. We're going to keep this show short today. However, we're going to talk about a few simple things. We're going to talk about the projects that I like. We're going to talk about what I think you guys should at least consider adding to your portfolio. And hold on tight because it's about to get what the French call a sticky icky dog. And I don't mean the French people. I mean the French kissers, I think. I mean I don't know what I really mean. I'm just saying random stuff here to try to keep you entertained. If you're entertained, make sure you hit the like button on the way in. If not, okay. It's not financial advice. I'm always right.
Some Bitcoin to see the light. You might wonder who I am, but don't forget that I'm the man. They call me Bleeds, I'll do any charge you want me to. They call me Bleeds, I'll break the crypto wallet down for you, for you, for you. I built a crypto channel streaming live at night, and I'm the only YouTube streamer who's always right. Every morning I go say to all you guys, don't fall for all these motherfuckers and their lies. You might wonder who I am, but don't forget that I'm the man. They call me Bleeds, I'll do any charge you want me to. They call me Bleeds, I'll break your crypto wallet down for you, for you, for you. I don't know what to do because my memberships are missing you.
What's going on? All right, guys, let's get into it. So, if you like this type of content, again, make sure that you hit the like button on your way in. Certainly helps push me up in the algorithm. And yeah, let's get after it. So, we don't have a whole lot to cover today. The reason that we don't is I don't know. I'm lazy. I sleep too much. And by the way, I was up really early today, but for real, there's a lot going on so far this morning. It has been one of those days. So we're going to try to speed this along as quickly as we can. We're going to start off with the big news right now, and this is breaking, in fact. So the Binance versus the SEC lawsuit, court issues major orders, stuns crypto market. Binance versus SEC lawsuit, multiple orders issued by Judge Amy Berman Jackson sends ripples through the crypto community. Now, Judge Amy Berman Jackson grants major orders in Binance versus SEC lawsuit, setting schedule for further claims, discovery, and depositions in Binance case to continue until 2026. Now, this is dead. Okay, by the way, just to be very, very clear here, some of this complaint that they're going to do is moot at this point. None of it will hold up. Again, Gary Gensler just trying to do everything that he can as an attack on cryptocurrency, while his leash holder, Elizabeth Warren, struggles and fights to try to keep her position to the point that she's actually turned remarkably pro-crypto. I don't have a problem in the world. Let me give you an example of what she said. Me no think 'em crypto bad no more. Me now think 'em crypto be good 'em, but me want 'em regulation 'em to make 'em happy 'em. Me think 'em bank 'em should be holding all the cryptum. So, hoy, 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 hoy. Or whatever the fuck she says. Okay. The court will not rule on securities claims on 10 tokens, including Sol, ADA, and Matic. Now, remember, there was a list of tokens that were just that they were supposed to be securities, right? The ruling of Judge Annalisa Torres threw that out the window. Gary Gensler says everything. And by the way, if you guys remember, this is how dumb Gary Gensler is. Richie Torres, a Democratic senator, by the way, of New York, which is, again, it is. we know Democrats seem to be pro crypto in some ways. It's weird when you see one, though. You know what I'm saying? But Richie Torres, he asked Gary Gensler, he said, okay, so your NFT thing right here, and he was talking about, I don't know, Bored Ape or something like that. And he was like, when I buy a ticket to a Yankees game and I sell it to somebody else, is that a security? And Gary Gensler was like, oh, Congressman, I know what you're trying to do here. I know exactly what you're trying to do. You're trying to trickerate me because whatever. I mean, this is the way that Gary Gensler talks in my brain. Okay, and he's like, "Oh, you're putting a trickeration on me." No, Senator, a Yankees ticket could be a security, but it might not be a security, but also it could be, and I can't be any clearer than that. With the point of all of this being that Gary Gensler has a weird way of regulating through enforcement on things that may not even be real. So it's very crazy. It's very crazy, right? So anyway, the Binance lawsuit, a district judge has signed key orders in the lawsuit. Here's what she approves, right? She approved the latest motion from the SEC to amend the original complaint in response to the use of crypto asset securities. Crypto community personalities, including Ripple CEO Stuart Alarai, said crypto asset security is a made up term. The SEC continued to manipulate the courts, disobeyed laws, and twisted terms instead of providing clarity to the industry. Defendants Binance, Binance US, and CZ Binance and plaintiffs of the SEC agreed to conduct fact discovery on all claims. The arguments proceeding as per earlier order by judge are this: Binance ICO of BNB and the ongoing sale of BNB after the ICO, the claim against crypto exchange regarding the BNB vault, the claim that BAM Trading offered and sold its staking program as an investment contract, which is true, by the way. Claims that Binance and BAM Trading failed to register under the Exchange Act, also true. Claims against defendant CZ Binance as a control person over Binance and BAM Trading, also true. And BAM Management and BAM Trading violated the anti-fraud provisions of the Security Act, also true. By the way, we know these are true. Even if you don't like them, we know that they're true based on the laws of the United States. CZ's already pled guilty and went to prison for this, okay? Because he was running a wash trading operation, whole lot of different stuff, okay? The Binance was guilty of what they said they were doing. And by the way, for those of you who, and by the way, I still support CZ Binance. That doesn't mean he's not guilty, but I do still support CZ Binance. But here's the thing: it's not about violating the laws in order to advance crypto. That's what if you support CZ Binance and you think that this is wrong guided and blah 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 blah. And the easiest way to lump all of this stuff in for a lot of people is to say, well, the government's just attacking him because they don't want to have Binance in control because China, a Chinese company, blah 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 blah. None of that is true. That is just the monkey argument that you get from dum-dums on X. Here's what happened. Binance engaged in wash trading of cryptos and NFTs and not NFT. God damn it. Please get your shit together. Of all cryptos, they were wash trading those cryptos, which is illegal. Okay. They were making Binance.us look like it had a much bigger share of the market. And what happens from there is, because Binance looked like it has a huge share of the US market, it attracts other potential investors to come in and start using the Binance exchange over Coinbase, over Kraken, over crypto.com, over the companies that are quote unquote doing it right. Binance is making it appear as if they have way more volume. That's a violation of federal law. So they were guilty of exactly what they were alleged to have done, and we got the text messages and everything to show that they were guilty. So all of this stuff, despite, again, I still support CZ Binance. I think he is great for crypto, and I think that he is going to help usher in a new era, along with Justin Sun, by the way. So the question is, what does this affect in crypto? And by the way, we're going to look at the charts in just a moment and we'll see it. The court did not discuss or rule on claims that were dismissed, including secondary sales of BNB, sales of BUSD, and Simple Earn. Also, the court will not decide whether 10 tokens, including Solana, Cardano, and Matic, are securities, as they are not parties in the case. So there will be no decision as to whether or not these are securities. And if there is no decision, then they must rely on what Judge Annalisa Torres has ruled already, unless that gets overturned. And the SEC has no standing in which to have that overturned to begin with, because Judge Torres laid this out very, very specifically, why she came to this ruling, how she came to this ruling. It is going to be incredibly difficult under appeal unless you are bought and paid for this to break down. So basically, at this point, Ripple's won. Now we're just playing the death throes of the SEC as Gary Gensler enters what is most probably either his last month, okay? And let's be clear, this is either his last month or his last 3 months. So if Donald Trump is elected, I think the inauguration is January 20, I want to say maybe the 21st or something. Immediately, he's going to fire Gary Gensler, right? Same thing for Kamala in the event that Mark Cuban is right about what Kamala Harris is thinking. But I don't think it would be that first day. And matter of fact, it may not even be for Donald Trump that first day, but it'll be immediate, fairly immediately, right? However, we might still have until then for him to run the SEC into the ground under the Joe Biden regime. So it's possible. So anyway, the parties will exchange initial disclosures on October 25th. The defendant's answer or pleading in response to the amended complaints are due on November 1st. So now what they're going to do is they're changing the wording on everything, and then of course both people are entitled to the wording, and then they will respond, and Binance, if necessary, will change its response. Okay, so the production of documents and interrogatories is scheduled for July 18 of 2025, with all factor discovery to close on November 21 of 2025. So we have no answer for this for almost a year. The court ordered the depositions and expert discovery on the claims to be closed by March 27 of 2026. Thus, the proceedings in the Binance and SEC lawsuit will continue until 2026, and until or unless the many of these different claims get dropped under the new administration, depending on how that falls. I have no idea how that falls. So we'll see how it plays out. But meanwhile, BNB price analysis by CoinGate predicts a rally to $800. The price is trading at about 600 right now, which, by the way, that makes a lot of sense, because I want to say that originally, like the pump was to 666 in the last bull cycle. And then BNB, where is it, right here, had another big rally up to 721, hitting a new all-time high. You can see over here when it hit 666. Now 721 is the new all-time high. But I mean, really, when you zoom out here and you start to look at it, like, you're really just in a range here where I mean, this thing looks like it is scheduled or set for a massive breakout. Like, you've got this playing out here. You've got that ascending wedge that had been playing out right here. Probably looks more like that right there. You're at the top of the range. You're ready for a breakout. You know, what takes you up 40 or so percent above that? When you get into the 40% range, where do you get into? Right there at $800. So 40% pump off of, and by the way, the reason that you would say like a 40% pump, let's go back over here and let's do the same thing, by the way, that we did with Bitcoin, and let's see, where do we predict right here. Okay, so the golden ratio, I might be just a little bit off here. I'm trying to get this right there at the top of the previous market high, right there. All right, so the golden ratio for BNB, $1,837. So about a 3x, about a 3x from where it is right now in this bull cycle, if the fib retracement holds up. So 1,837 for BNB, probably programmed in. So let's hope, fingers crossed, that it stays that way and it happens. But Binance so far, yeah. Look, Binance is going to end up a lot better than we think because of this. And it should be noted, Binance.us is still open. So they're still doing business in the United States. Moving on here, the US SEC takes the next steps in its appeal against earlier Ripple ruling as the case forges on. Now, it was a 180-page document, by the way. So I did not break this down. This is somebody else breaking it down. The agency filed late on Thursday what it called a civil appeal pre-argument statement, or Form C. The SEC said is looking to see whether the U.S. District Court for the Southern District made an error in previous judgment. That's what they're looking for. They're looking to overturn Judge Torres and her ruling to see if they made an error in judgment. So the agency said it is looking to see whether the U.S. District Court of the Southern District of New York made an error, including matters involving Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson. Also asked the issues be reviewed de novo, meaning asking the courts to review a decision based on questions on how the law was applied. And then whether the district court erroneously granted partial summary judgment in favor of defendants with respect to Ripple's offer and sale of XRP on digital asset trading platforms, and for Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson personally selling their XRP on exchanges as well, and the Ripple distribution of XRP in exchanges for considerations other than cash. These issues are to be reviewed de novo. Stuart Alderati responded and said, no surprises here. Once again, it's been made clear. The court's ruling that XRP is not a security is not being appealed. That decision now stands as the law of the land. But the SEC does not think that they took that Judge Annalisa Torres took the proper steps to find out what. And by the way, disgorgement. What does disgorgement mean? Well, let's go back here and let's look at the XRP price chart, right? The original sale of XRP. Okay, so this is the original sale of XRP. Just for clarity's sake, okay? Disgorgement means that you are setting up a fund for what you've taken and stolen from people to make them whole again, okay? Let's be clear about that. Now, if you were in on the pre-sale when you bought early on Ripple, what was your starting price? Well, your starting price here was 0.5 cents. So 0.5 cent is where your losses come into play. What is Ripple trading at right now? 54, 55 cents. So you're up 100x. There is no disgorgement. And that's really the point here. There's no disgorgement. So Judge Annalisa Torres said, nobody's out any money. Well, the SEC is like, oh, contraire, mon frère. Going from 0.5 cent to 55 cents, that means that everybody lost everything. Duh. It's stupid. Just a stupid argument from a stupid SEC. So there's no disgorgement. Ripple filed a notice of cross appeal that the move was done to ensure nothing was left on the table, including the argument that there can't be an investment contract without there being an essential right and obligation found in a contract. In 2020, the SEC accused Ripple of raising $1.3 billion through the pre-sale of XRP, which it says is an unregistered security. Now, again, $1.3 billion was raised, right? What's the market cap of XRP right now? 30 billion. Guys, none of this makes any sense, right? The SEC is just led by a bunch of idiots that have no idea what they're talking about. Now, look, you can argue that 125 million was not enough, and you can probably, look, in my opinion, you could probably make a fair argument that $125 million in fines probably not enough to set a precedent. Like if if I raised $1.3 billion and my $1.3 billion now worth $30 billion, I would throw $125 million at something just to shut a bitch up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's nuisance at that level. So there is a case to be made that they're not being fined enough. And that's really what the SEC is looking for. The SEC also previously moved to secure an interlocutory appeal, which was rejected by Judge Torres. That kind of appeal is filed while a case is still going on. Torres said the agency did not demonstrate that the appeal would materially advance the ultimate termination of the litigation. So there we are, which is why the actual appeal is happening. And Judge Torres is going to have to go through an appellate court who are going to look at what she ruled, and they're going to have to make decisions based on that. Now, that being said, there is a possibility that Ripple, that they disagree that $125 million fine is not enough, and they ask that it should be more, okay? But they are going to have a big problem breaking down this lawsuit and finding holes in her logic. And again, most of the look, if you're an attorney and you're reading this, you already know that the SEC is going to lose because they don't have an argument. Here's the problem. The problem is not that. The problem is that the interpretation that an appeals court might take into consideration might undermine what Ripple is doing. And that's what the SEC is relying on. If you've got 3 judges who are in the bag and give the SEC, and by the way, something that you should note about the US government and the court system. The court system in the United States broadly gives discretion to government agencies in interpretations of situations in which the judges don't have any real knowledge of. So when we're dealing with cryptocurrency assets, there is a possibility, a distinct possibility that the courts would look at it, that they would kind of say, well, if the SEC is saying this, then it must be true, right? They might give favoritism to the SEC, which has been standard in the court system since the dawn of time. So there is a path forward for the SEC to get this done. And it's not great for crypto, but oh well. However, remember, it's not a security. That's what matters. So now that we have that cleared up, let's go to fear and greed index, trading at 73 right now. Again, we're in that cooked zone, which means that you should probably, in normal circumstances, just dump it and be like, fuck that, I'm getting out of here. But I don't know that that's the case. Like when it is really looking good right now in crypto, when you come across this, and by the way, there could be breakdowns. That I'm not saying that we won't break down a little bit further, but Bitcoin is really trying to test and break out of this zone right now, and we need a play. Look at this on the fib retracement from this move so far. We are just hovering right at a perfect breakout area. It did not break down, and we should recognize, right, that we didn't have that break back down into this golden zone. Like, we're still kind of surging. So this move is not over. So this last fib that I put out for you guys, it may not hold. We might be looking at a continued surge of this move. Like, we may be going higher. Right now, trading at 68,168. 68.3, I want to say 68.4 is basically where the biggest amount of resistance is for this move, because after you get to that, then you don't pick up a little bit more trade volume until 69,400. So we have about $1,000 more. And if it backtests successfully on a breakout of this channel, we have reversed the trend. If we reverse the trend, then get your shit packed, because we're about to moon. That's basically what we'd be looking for is a break up above here, a back test right now at around 68,500, and then a surge, which of course the surge probably comes up into one of these ranges right here around 70, anywhere between 70 and 74,000. That should be what's next for Bitcoin. Now, if liquidity has changed in some way and we got a whole bunch of people that have gone long, if we've got too many people that are starting to go long on shorter time frames, then we'll get a downside correction, because market makers will not tolerate people sitting there and winning. They're going to come after that money. But if it's not, and we're still seeing a soft sort of wait and see sort of move here, then this is where we get that crazy this is where we get those God candles happening one after the other after the other. Remember, we saw it not that long ago. God candle after God candle after God candle. Well, we're not in that bullish part of the zone here. We're not in banana area, but we're getting real close. So be watching for the Bitcoin price to make a breakout at some point today. If it breaks out at some point today and survives a successful backtest, then it's going to get crazy in this market real soon. But right now, logic dictates at 73 that it's time to sell off and stable everything and wait for the dip. The question is, will there be a dip? And speaking of dips, Ultrarevo, guys, I cannot stress this enough. This is not crypto, by the way. I'm not using crypto right here. This is wild. Now, by the way, my man Selmo. Now, you guys know that I was messing around with Selmo for a while back. talking about Bitcoin. I think it was 30,000 or something like that. And then I was like, we're going to hit an all-time high and stuff like that. And Selmo didn't believe me at all. And he was wrong. But to his credit, not very many people were right. And I was guessing. So when he comes in and tells me it's a Bitcoin pipe dream, it's not. It's going to moon. We're in that next cut right now. That next phase is about to explode, and we're going to go into price exploration real soon. We're already there. It's just a matter right now of getting a few more bucks going in the right direction, and it's going to take off dramatically. Now, as far as Ultrarevo goes, that I trade crypto. I am mostly into crypto, but this was an opportunity. And look at the indices, by the way. Look at Netflix up 10% on the day. Like these guys are making out like bandits on this indices chart. Now, so here's what I did. I put 7,500 bucks into the indices trading machine, and the yield on that is 3% total. And I've made so far $675. That is almost, not quite, but almost 10% of my investment since October 14. That's 4 days in right now. So this is a significant um, gain for me. And by the way, in 2 minutes, because I did this at 9:30 on a live stream, because I did this in one morning, my yield is about to break again. I'm assuming it's going to be about 225 bucks or thereabout in a minute and 30 seconds. So I'm about to earn another, guys, it's almost a day's pay, right? It's not a great day's pay, but it's a day's pay. If you work every day, $225 a day, you could survive on it. You could survive on that. So a small investment into Ultrarevo.biz could yield you a big, big, big return. So if you are so inclined and interested, go to Ultrarevo.biz. There's a link in the description below. It'll present you the dashboard. You can go into the dashboard. You can go in. You can actually read about Ultrarevo.biz. If you don't want to read about it, I made 2 videos for it already. These are trading. These are professional traders that use high-tech automated trading bots. They are making money hand over fist, and they are willing to share it with you. And we are in this cut right now of, look at this. They are trusted by Crypto.com, Blockchain, Santander, NatWest, Binance Academy, Visa, Trustly. Everybody that you want to know in finance is with Ultrarevo. So if you are interested, go check it out today. Now, Bitcoin's at 25. We're up $25 billion. So Bitcoin's testing 68,200. So guys, I think the breakout is really happening right now. While we're waiting for that breakout to happen to see how it plays out, let's talk MSI token if you haven't already. Guys, I can't stress this enough. Ticker trending to me, I think, is going to be kind of a game changer when the meme coin market erupts. And that's the important part. Like, what happens when the meme coin market erupts? When it does, and all of these different meme coins go to the moon, one of them is going to be one of the big dogs on the block. And we don't know who that is, right? But I would like to think that it's MSI and Pablo Crow. He's come to the forefront of meme coins right now. We're not absolutely exploding right now. And look, there's still time for it, but the people who are building in this ecosystem, and one of the things, by the way, I asked Pablo one time, I said, what are the utilities? What are we talking about right here? And he said, bro, don't overthink it. It's a meme coin. We're gonna do meme coin stuff with it. We're gonna be part of this meme coin ecosystem, and it's gonna moon. And I assure you, we're gonna take care of it. We're gonna get major listings. We're gonna do all the things that we need to do. But at the end of the day, it's just a meme coin, right? So it's just a meme coin. Ticker trending is a way for other meme coins to get noticed and to get exposure. And that's going to have some value to the MSI ecosystem. The MSI ecosystem will earn by helping these companies get more exposure. And then that in turn will lead to buybacks and burns and stuff like that for MSI. So MSI stands to gain dramatically from what they're building right here with ticker trending. And again, they've got 20 different mega, they've got, what is this, 20? Is it 8, 24, 32, 4? I'm sorry, my bad. There's now 40 cryptos that are going to be in this, in this next spaces for MSI, all wanting to get involved in ticker trending. So, guys, if you don't have a bag of MSI right now, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, like I don't know what went wrong with your life, how you screwed everything up. But I mean, guys, just let's do an impulse move, right? Let's just say that let's remove what we know right now and let's go with the impulse move. Actually, we already did the impulse move. I did the impulse move from the bottom to the top over here. And now the question is, where does it go? Well, the breakout, the golden ratio on the short position here that we're on is right here at 5039.70. So I would expect to see a breakout. But here's the important part. The important part is we know the golden zone exists. We know that it's important to get into that golden zone and that historically you will get into that golden zone, right? So what are you waiting for? You are at the bottom of the range right here. You've completed this move. The next move is going to come up here into this range right here. And it's probably an easy 60 or 70% gain for almost anybody. By the way, the market is now up $32 billion. So the money is coming in. We are witnessing a breakout of Bitcoin. So expect to see $70,000 coming up not too far from now. I would suspect that a lot of money is going to come into this market over the next little while. The market looks like it wants to surge, but this thing is going to move up to here. And once it starts to break out and goes wham, then you're talking about an easy 2 or 3x. So why would you not be holding on to MSI? And by the way, remember, everything Pablo has touched so far has done a pretty good job of pumping. Is it always going to stay up here at the top? No, of course not, because that's not how cryptocurrency or any investment works. So if you say that, then you're just like da 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 da. It's going to be the way that you talk in your head if you're crying about Pablo Crow. He gets involved in projects that continue to moon. So let this thing moon. I think that if you just consider where MSI is right now by market cap, it's about a $6 million market cap. This thing will probably rip into, there we go. This will probably rip back up here into that 20 or 30 million market cap, and most likely just absolutely explode for that next run. Okay. Now we look at these kind of things and we say, well, how is it really going to break out and stuff like that? And, look, it's very, very simple. Like, it's not complicated right here. These things tend to work themselves out that way. And what you're going to see is eventually, depending on how far it goes out, this thing is going to be hit. This is about a 10x from where we are right now. And if you don't think that a $5 million project could go to 50 million, you're not thinking clearly. Okay. So I would say just hold on to MSI for a little while because it is going to absolutely bang out and rip. By the way, look at this. Daddy is up 20%. Daddy's up 20%, which means my $35, which yesterday was $6, is now up to $7.20 a biatch. So yeah, way to go, Rodney. I'm only down $30 still out of $35. How am I down that much? Jesus Christ, Rodney, get your shit together. This looks like a rug. Doesn't it? This looks like the rug that Rodney told us to not pay attention to. Come on, Rodney, save us all. All right, so MSI, ticker trending. You guys know what to do here. DevvE. Let's talk about DevvE for a second here. One of our brand ambassadors, Roger Tremino, appeared on Honduran television discussing the DevvE ecosystem and the unique advantages that we present to enterprises and governments. Apologies for the rough Spanish to English translation, which they've done over here. But Roger, you guys know him. He's been my partner in a bunch of different projects, right? Avic Pay. He was in Ben with me for a little while. By the way, I did talk to Ben and Cassie last night, so I might be putting out some Ben content very soon to kind of talk about exactly what happened so that people will know exactly what to expect from Ben Coin going forward. Ben said Ben Coin is dead, and people kind of ran with that and started crying. And then Tricky Nicky Damani, he started crying. Yes. Oh, by the way, let me show you this. Let me show you what this raggedy little biatch did. Fucking Civil War. Hey, if you're a Civil War reenactor, don't come at me. Are you kidding me? Jay Cutler, by the way, former quarterback for the Chicago Bears, was arrested on DUI charges this morning um, in Tennessee. So here we go. Just a reminder that AJ Rice. Let me zoom this in here for you guys so that you can see this, so that there's no confusion, right? Just a reminder that AJ Rice Crypto J Chains, Blue Water Shores. I don't even know who the fuck Blue Water Shores is, by the way. When it comes down to it, I don't know who, like Lee. I don't think that she actually. I don't understand that one at all. And then Bleaves Crypto, I understand that one. Biggest D on the block. You know what I mean? Promoted Ben relentlessly this year. First of all, that's not true. Now, if you know Nick Dimandi, what you know is he's a lying, deceptive scumbag. And he helped to cover up the affair that TJ, Timothy J. Shed Jr., was having with his secretary while she was married. Nick Dimandi helped to cover that up. That's who Nick Dimandi is. If you really want to know a testament to who Nick Dimandi is, I'm going to point out something here. Ben Armstrong and J Chains, they got into a fight one time. Right? And they're buddies, they're friends. And by the way, they're working together again, right? But Ben and Justin got into a fight. And if you ever want to know a testament to what a dirtbag, scumbag piece of filth that Nick Dimandi is, go ask Justin, go ask J Chains what Nick Dimandi did when Justin got into a fight with Ben Armstrong. If you ever want to know a testament to what this dirtbag is, just go ask Justin, what do you call it? I want to be in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. I want to be in the room where it happened. Well, Justin was in the room where it happened. So if you ever want to know, go ask J Chains who Nick Dimandi is. Okay. Ask him what he asked Justin to do. Oh, that's much better. Ask him what he asked Justin to do. Does it remind him now that Nick Dimandi and TJ always intended to try to steal the company from Ben Armstrong? Go ask Justin. Don't ask me. Now, that being said, did AJ promote Bencoin? Nope. Nick Dimondi's stupid. Did J Chains promote Bencoin? No, because Nick Dimondi's stupid. Did Lee? I mean, she might have made some thumbnails or something like that, but did she promote it? No. Did I? Yeah, I did. As a matter of fact, I made it known that they were the people that stepped up when I got hacked. I was the one that promoted it. So Nick Dimandi lied about 3 people here right off the bat. So can you trust him? Can you trust the guy who lied about 3 people and then deceptively tried to do something else in order to steal a company from somebody with somebody else? Again, ask Justin, don't ask me. And then covered up that Timothy J. Shed Jr., was banging his secretary, who was married at the time, in violation of the book that they allegedly hold so dear. These guys have a fellowship. These guys are supposed to be these church-going guys. These are supposed to be the guys who they go up and they do like, oh, Lordy George, and they end their bullshit with amen, right? Timothy J. Shed Jr. was banging his secretary in violation of God's law. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Isn't that something there? Isn't that part of a commandment, right? Timothy Shed doesn't care about commandments. Nick Dimandi, thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not steal. Why do God's laws only matter when it's everybody else and not for you losers? And by the way, leave a comment down below and explain to me how it only applies. The laws for they, not the laws for me. Get the fuck out of here with that. Anyway, doesn't he look like a Civil War reenactor? Look at that. Hold on. Let me show you this shit. Unbelievable. Tell me that's not a Civil War reenactor. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, so anyway, and then he tagged Zach XBT. By the way, Zach XBT already did his thing on Bencoin. Didn't have a problem with Bencoin. So, oh God. Coffee break. CoffeeZilla. Look, I don't care about CoffeeZilla either. I mean, by the way, if there's something wrong, if there's something legitimately wrong, I would expect anybody to do something about it. I'm not saying, I'm not saying that Ben should be blindly defended, even in the face of if he did something wrong. But I'm probably really confident and assured Ben didn't do anything wrong. This is just all. Look, nobody pays attention to Nick DiMondi because nobody cares about Civil War reenactors, especially Civil War reenacting losers who try to cover up affairs for their bosses. Like, what do you do? Sniff his D? Like, is that what you, is that, like, what do you do? Like, you polish it off for him after he's done using it on his secretary? Like, Jesus Christ, like, guys, get your shit together. Anyway, so then I replied, and then he put be aware, and he started to tag everybody because he's a loser who's trying to help nobody but himself get attention, right? He just kind of attention hoard his way through. So I broke it down for him. So actually, I'm the only one that promoted it relentlessly for a few months because unlike these little bitch ass tricks, I say what I do. I don't hide because remember, the blockchain doesn't lie. And that's a funny thing. The funny thing is in the testimony here, he said, or in testimony, Jesus fucking Christ, please get your shit together. In his tweet here, he says the blockchain doesn't lie. No, but you do. You do. You deceptively cover up for TJ banging his secretary. You steal from Ben Armstrong, but you call it, we have to fund the operation, right? No, you stole from Ben Armstrong. Now, so here we go. Actually, I'm the only one that promoted it relentlessly for a few months. AJ and Justin never did talk about it, and Ben Armstrong rarely did. So you might not have noticed that because you were too busy covering up thievery at the time, covering up banging the secretary who was married to, you know what? I'm saying all this. I'm like throwing it out here. And some of you might be looking at it and being like, whoa, 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 whoa. What are you talking about here? How could all of that be happening, dog? I mean, like, yo, son, what up? I'm really just kind of making up words here at this point. But let's go to Bencoin Resources because Bencoin Resources, you say, please, how do you have Bencoin Resources still? Why do you still have Bencoin Resources? Well, because tricky dicky riggy biatch, I kept everything. I keep it all. So boom, let's pop it up here. Look at this. I have the testimony. I have everything. And here, by the way, this right here is the trail of Hit Networks, Nick DiMondi, and TJ Shed stealing from Ben. This right here is more of them stealing from Ben. This right here is more of them stealing from Ben. This right here is more of them stealing from Ben. But wait, you say, what about the rest of it? Oh, well, here is the rest of it. And here is the actual breakdown of what some other people have said. And by the way, when you break all of this down, guess what you find out? Timothy Shed, by the way, is the father of the cheating scumbag who was banging his secretary, Timothy Shed Sr. He came out not of the closet. Not that he's never going to come out of the closet. He's not going to tell you people. He's not telling you guys. You know what I mean? I mean, he might tell me. He might be like, "Hey, Daddy, what's going on?" or something like that. If we ever met, you know what I mean? You got a pretty mouth, dog. I don't know. Do people call other people dog in Georgia? To be like, "What's going on, dog? You sure got a pretty mouth." Something like that. I don't know. Whatever. If Tim Shed and I are ever face to face and he hits on me, I will let you guys know. Okay. I'm not saying that he will. I'm just saying that if he does, you know, I'm not saying no. I'm not saying yes. I'm not saying either. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Just saying. Anyway, so look, I don't know that Tim Shed wants to bang. By the way, I should just say that as an aside, I'm not sure that Tim Shed wants to bang me. You know what I mean? I mean, like, I don't think that he would do it out in the open. He would certainly do it like, you know, in the pew at the church or whatever these guys do. I don't judge. Anyway, they asked him about the Lamborghini, Ben's Lamborghini. And what did he say? Under oath that Ben owned it, that it was not company property. So remember, TJ Shed Jr. and Nick DiMondi, you know, it just dawned on me that maybe they are having an affair. Maybe TJ cheated. Maybe TJ was banging his secretary behind her husband's back, and maybe he was also banging Nick Demandi. Maybe that's what was happening. Maybe Nick and TJ were having an affair. So anyway, that brings me back to my comments. So let's get back into it. And by the way, Nick, TJ, if you guys are banging, I support you. I think you guys should play on a women's basketball team. I support you that much. I support you guys, both of you. You, my friends, in the clothing of life, you two guys, you're the Dockers. Anyway, back to it. I can say that because, and here I said, you might not have noticed this because you were covering up all this stuff, which is a gross violation of that book you pretend to hold so dearly, theft and adultery. And I can say that because I don't lie to people and tell them I believe in that book. Like, look, if I do something wrong, I own up to it. If I, I don't cover it up and I don't deceive people the way that these dirtbags do. But anyway, wondering can speak to anybody wondering can speak to me about it. So if you have a question about what's going on, if you have a question about promotion of Bencoin or anything like that, because I was open about it, you can certainly do that, which is why I went ahead and posted on it. I had to unmute this fucking dude in order to do this, by the way, because somebody sent it to me. And I said, as for you, when you wipe off the grease paint, you can look me up. And then I said, you and TJ versus Bleaves, karate combat, cryptos are us, book it. The blockchain doesn't lie, and neither do I. So in the event, however rare, that Nick Diddy, Demandi, did I say Nick Diddy? I meant Nick Demandi. In the event that Nick Diddy, Demandi, has something to say it. And tag in your friend while you're at it. Otherwise, your 15 minutes are over. Send that to Tim for me. All right. So we got MSI clarified. We got a little bit of the Triggy, Niggy, Dicky, Sticky. I don't know. Nick Diddy, whatever. We got that worked out. Now, going back to this because I am on a roll today. So we had a big time conversation here on Honduran national television about DevvE. There's a big announcement coming for DevvE. I told you guys I don't know how long it's going to take, but I know that when it happens, it's going to happen. It's going to be absolutely crazy. Not as crazy as Jay Cutler getting arrested for DUI and gun possession. Why would it matter if you're possessing a gun? I don't understand that. Is it because you can't have one when you're drunk or something like? I don't know what that's all about. Unless it's unregistered and you require registration. Dear police, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Is there some kind of law that you can't have a gun when you're drunk? That's stupid. Bleav got 411 on the crypto sleeves. I heard there's a video of Bleav and Bitboy on the market. Bitch, I'd be rich if that were the case. I would be a multi-billionaire. People be like, oh, Daddy D. Thank you. So now if that happened, we'd all be made. We'd all be made. Hottest man in crypto, banging Bitboy. What are you talking about? That would be the damn, you know how much money that would be worth. All right. Anyway, so Roger on national television talking about it. There is a giveaway, by the way. You might have missed it at this point, but there was a giveaway. So make sure you check out DevvE. Also, just for clarity, in the market structure right now, we are sitting right on top of the golden zone. We bounced into that golden zone. We bounced out of that golden zone a couple of times. The last vesting, look at this. We're so close to that last vesting unlocked. And by the way, it's not a cliff, it's not a giant cliff of vesting. It's not a giant cliff. It's just the last, tiny percent, because you get a daily allotment of however many, and then once a month you get to cash them out. That final one, November 6th. So get ready for an absolutely explosive move from DevvE. You heard it here first. Well, you heard it here probably every day, but it's getting ready to happen. So I'm super excited about that. Also, Saitama Wolfpack, by the way, Saitama still doing it's not exploding, but it's continuing its path upwards, and it's continuing to find new holders, and it's continuing to get. Look at this. I mean, like, we got in. Remember, guys, we got in back over here at the beginning of October. Yeah, there we go. Beginning of October, we got in about 0.002, 0.0017 cent. And then boom, since then, we've gone all the way up to 67 or 207, bounced off of that a couple of times. Now we're back down in here, and we wicked down once into the golden zone, then came back up for that 236 test. Now we're kind of in that 382 range. The market is starting to surge. We're starting to feel a little positivity in the market. So guess what? Saitama Wolfpack about to surge one more time. So if you haven't already, you better get yourself a bag of Saitama, because that Wolfpack is going to erupt at some point very, very soon. Speaking of eruptions, Coins Chick Coin, look at that devil of a handsome dude right there. Did Big Boy and Believes? Coo-hoo! Ha ha! Plowtown. God damn. All right. So also you can go listen to some of the Telegram stuff, but feature on level 100 coin. There's a lot going on in the CC ecosystem that, some of these things take time, and she launched a coin. She's working on it, bringing, stuff to you, value to you. And guess what? At some point, that's all going to pay off, and it's going to be an explosive move. Again, the important thing right now is to recognize right here that we are still trending in the upward fashion, broke out, got a retest over here, had a couple retests here, but I think that means a breakout is imminent. We've broken out of that structure that was kind of running here, and we're at that upside. So the next thing is another ride, a little bit higher, 148,000 market cap. Look, this thing will go to a 14 million market cap. I'm just telling you that. I think 15 million, 20 million market cap is not out of the way either. And by the way, that would be a resounding and enormous success. Okay, at 140,000 market cap, just imagine that you've got $5,000. Imagine you got $500 in something with 140,000 market cap, and it goes to 14 million market cap. Do you know what that means? That means you got 100x. That means your $500 now 50,000, something like that. You fucking kidding me? And all that just for supporting one of our own, who's doing it the right way, letting it build naturally, not overdoing it, not overselling it, not doing the not doing the oh shit, you just got rugged looking thing that Daddy Token is doing right now. Not doing that. Like, it's just naturally building, 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 building. And by the way, this is exactly what Rodney's token was doing at that point. Remember, like, this is exactly what it was doing. And then what happened when it got there? Broke out and went absolutely bonkers. So imagine that happens with CC on this side. Remember, it's still just consolidating. It's still just building. It's just on that next level. It's about to take off again. So be part of it or don't. But if you don't, as the French would say, you're stupid. So check out CC Coin. Also, Speedy. Look, guys, I can't tell you anymore that this is look, this is crazy. Okay, Turbo went from obscurity, went from nowhere, went from just junk, garbage, whatever, to a $700 million market cap, completely AI related project. Turtle, but the turtle narrative sticks. And guess what? Speedy is now out here, and it only has a $7 million market cap. And what I tell you guys was going to happen, it happened. Right? What I say? I said we're going to get a surge. Like, we just came down here into the golden zone. What does that mean? There's going to be a surge next. And guess what we got? We got a surge, and we came up here to the top again, and then it bounced off of the 236, and then continued on like it was going to mint a new all-time high. And then what did it do? A new all-time high. Now, what does that mean? Well, it should come down and wick into the golden zone. Oh, guess what it did? Wick down into the golden zone. What does that mean? Continuation. So the continuation probably coming up here. You're probably about to witness like a 2 or 3x on Speedy as it breaks out. Will it get anywhere near Turbo? I don't know, But I know right now the chart structure looks really good. It looks like it has an opportunity to break out. Now, of course, this is a meme coin. Anything can happen and it could break down. I'm not saying that it's going to just break out into that next zone. It may not. But if you were to draw this out just a little bit from where it was before and you take it up into this range, then where does it cross over with the golden ratio? Well, it's right here. So sometime in 2 days or so, this thing could absolutely bang out and just be up 3x from where it currently is, because that's what it looks like. That's the way that it looks like it's trending right now. And the market seems to be receptive to that happening. So if you haven't already, go check out SPEEDY. And as a matter of fact, by the way, these guys have a lot of fun with their meme coins and stuff like that. At the end of the day, it is just a meme coin. It's a meme coin that might have a little bit of a future. It's cute, it's inspiring, and go check your liquidity locks. Go check everything that you need to know about whether or not it's something that you can get into. Market up $31 billion right now. Bitcoin ETF flows. I'm sorry, did I just say flows? I meant landslides, 473 million. Guys, this is the last 5 days. Like, we're not kidding around anymore. Bitcoin is ready for something massive. This is it right here, okay? 254 million, 556 million, 373 million, 457 million, 473 million. Okay, guys, this is ridiculous. That's $1.7 billion in a week that just came back into Bitcoin. You want to know why Bitcoin went from 59,000 up to 68,000 right now? There you go. It's very simple. People want to be exposed to Bitcoin. What about the Ethereum ETF, you ask? Okay, well, let me show you what happened there, because god damn. Okay, $48 million in inflows just yesterday after 24 million the day before. There was a negative outflow the day before, but then 17 million on that day. So now take that 10 million out, even though it was a positive, and we just go for the last 5 days. We had 12.8 million in outflows, but we had $70 million in inflows. This is now under total is now under, remember this, the other day it was over 500 million. It was way over 500 million. Now it's 469 million because we just knocked off 40 something million in a day. The guys, everything is changing right now. The market, everything is changing. So now the question would be, in closing, and this is going to be the last thing that we go over, is where is the money? So we're going to hit refresh on this, and we're going to see what pocket the market is attacking. What is the market attacking? It's going up into this large liquidity basket right here, which is up to about 69. So we might be looking at a surge to 69,000, might be looking at a dump down to 67,000, but it looks like we're getting a surge into that 69,000 at least. Now, liquidity continues to trickle up into 69,000, a little bit further out. Let's go and see if it's still lighting up up to about 69,000. So 69,000 probably going to be the next move. We're probably going to watch that happen over the next couple of hours. US market should be there. Now, if it does in fact do that, liquidity coming back to the downside, you saw that it wasn't a huge amount. The only huge amount you have is down here at around 61.6. So expect to see a surge. If we get to 69, most likely that's going to get people in rally mode. And the reason it's going to be in rally mode is because, by the way, this is important, that we've broken the structure. We've broken out of this long-standing trend line to the downside. And if that happens, then that's going to be a signal to people that it is time for a breakout. So we're going to surge up here, come back down here for a back test, and then boom, we are on to 72,000 before you know it. That's what's getting ready to happen in this market, or at least that's what it looks like is getting ready to happen in this market. So there you go. All right, guys, that's it. We made it. So it's time to pay some bills. So here's the outro. It's a new outro. If it works perfect, then awesome. Let's talk about what matters with Cryptonomy.finance. In 2024, we're prioritizing partnerships in synthetic assets and decentralized exchanges, enhancing our investment portfolio with innovative financial solutions and broader diversification opportunities. Also, Cryptonomy Ventures drives significant returns by identifying and supporting high potential early stage ventures. Our entire financial team is engaged in scaling the selection process globally, ensuring we back companies poised for success and preparedness for market volatility. In light of the rapidly changing global landscape, our team has developed comprehensive plans to navigate upcoming events in the cryptocurrency market, regardless of the direction they may take. Given the number of significant political and economic developments that can create a sharp shift in the market, we are prepared for volatility in any form. If you understand me, you understand XRP. You'll see how many stakes I have on XRP. We're going to run this back one more time. All right, guys, that's been created. This is where the big yield comes from. We're going to add to this a new position here. You can see here, one of mine has completed so far. We're going to create a new contract. We're putting half a Bitcoin into our bronze level, which is a 50-50 profit sharing split. And now we're playing with power. Now, guys, I just want you to look at the yields that have been happening for the last little while. EigenPi was a 12x. Metavirus was a 2x. Trax was a 2x. Omnia was a 4x. StormTrade was a 2x. These guys are getting you big yields and big returns on every single investment. All you have to do is give them an opportunity. Go to Cryptonomy.finance and sign up today. Now, there is an active giveaway which is available for every new deposit in fixed staking or in the Launchpool contract until November 1st. So the official announcement is from today until November 1st, for every fixed staking deposit of 1,000 USDT or more Launchpool contract created within this period, participants will receive a random bonus of 50 to 5,000 USD credited in the native token of the deposit. So if you deposit some XRP, you're going to get XRP as your reward. You deposit some Bitcoin, you're going to get Bitcoin as your reward. So all you have to do, make a deposit or create a Launchpool contract, enjoy your staking benefits, and receive a random bonus directly to your deposit. Folks, it doesn't get any simpler than that. Sign up for Cryptonomy.finance today.